Our next guest seeing a lot more foreclosures so far this year. Perhaps not a huge surprise given the economy. RE/MAX's Sam Corea is here. Nice to see you, Sam.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, maybe not a big shock that we're seeing a lot more of these foreclosures. Can be a good opportunity. We're going to talk about some different ways that we can maybe get deals on real estate, but there are some risks that come along with even if it's just a foreclosure.
Absolutely. Just recently received 3 last week from a lender who has taken over a brand new project, and the first time I've seen that in a long time.
Wow.
So lots to know if you're into that, buying foreclosures and what to do, and the big one is you're buying it as is, where is. So there's an element of risk involved there as well.
Okay, other places that we can potentially get deals around real estate, of course, we've heard a lot about grow ops and the prevalence of those, and once they're remediated, obviously they can be a very good deal.
Yeah.
First of all, you've got a map for us just to see how many there are in our city. It's pretty incredible. So the green dots represent grow ops that police have identified. This is incredible.
Yes, since 2007, that map you're looking at is showing over 540 grow ops actually throughout the city. And one thing you'll see is it's just not one in one particular area. They're all over the city, from even in Mount Royal to the outskirts of the city, to the West Hills. They're everywhere. About 100 per year is what they're averaging.
Wow! And once these are identified,
yes,
that never comes off the. Is it the title of that they're attached to, or how does that work?
So your agent should really know how to search for this. It goes on a website until it's remediated.
Okay.
And then it goes on to a title, and if you have to search a historical title. And there's a difference, and a lot of people don't know that. So once it's on the historical title, that doesn't go away.
It will never come off that.
It doesn't
title.
go away if the historical information. That's correct.
What are some of the other concerns that we need to be aware of if we're looking at buying a remediated grow op, for instance?
Well, certainly there's, again, a lot more risk involved. After it's been remediated, is the key. Certainly, you know, the home should have been tested. Air quality control is a big one to make sure that there's no evidence of mold. As you can see here in the video, with these grow ops comes a lot of mold and moisture. You know, if you see something unusual in your community, there's some real red flags on how to identify these grow ops, especially in the wintertime. You know, winter times, if it's dead winter and every house on the street has snow, and there's a particular home that doesn't have snow, and a high accumulation of icicles, for example, that's something that is a red flag. Lots of tampering with the utilities. So if you're seeing a lot of cables and wires, that's certainly a red flag as well. If you're getting power surges in the area, lots of condensation in the house that you're seeing, and unusual activity. This is typical of what I see when I see a grow op, where they kind of, what you're looking at there is they go through the electrical and they bypass the grid. And they're tying right into the grid.
So dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fire hazard there for sure.
So I have to ask you, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but if someone was looking for that kind of, would you recommend that someone I mean, do you trust the remediation process, I guess is the question?
Well, I mean, there's currently 17 that I've on the market right now, or about to be remediated, is the information that I have. And I think if you have the right people to doing the right tests, after it's been remediated, certainly I would take a look at it. It's not for everyone, and make sure you have the right people doing, for example, an air quality control test is a minimum. And I would suggest you should do that to make sure there's really no evidence of mold.
Yeah,
in
mold
here.
a big concern.
Yeah, mold is a big one, and that could be expensive and hard to get rid of.
Right. Okay. Great stuff as always. It's RE/MAX's Sam Corea, and for more information, head to samcorea.ca.
The Market, sponsored by Sam Corea of RE/MAX House of Real Estate.